Hello, and welcome to another episode of Picture Perfect with Shawn Lee. And today we have a special guest. I've known this gentleman for ooh, quite some time, and he's gonna come on here, and we're gonna have a good conversation about philanthropy. Yes, nailed it. Okay, so before I get started, if this is your first time tuning in, I am Shawn Lee. This is Picture Perfect, and this is an opportunity for me to chat with people in the community that are doing awesome things. And so, Picture Perfect is really not about being perfection at all at any point. It's just about creating the perfect moment to empower, network, and create. And so, today we're going to talk to Gary Mitchell. He is a business owner, community advocate, and a branding expert. And so we're going to talk to him, chat with him for a little bit, and then we're going to reveal his images that I took of him. So I'm super excited about that because he hasn't seen them. So I wonder what he's going to say. So we're just going to bring him on. We're just going to have a conversation. Hey, Gary.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm good. You ready?
I'm ready. Lights, camera, action. Let's go.
Okay. Tell the people about you and give your social media handle before we get started.
So I believe you summed it up. I'm a small business owner, a serial entrepreneur, a community advocate, trying to make sure that I do what I can to make our community a better place to live, work, and play. And a branding expert. So my background is marketing, creative branding strategies, and all of that stuff. And you can find me on Instagram, which is probably the easiest place, and that is gfmitchell.mrkt.
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Top five. Or I won't say top five. No, top five. Pay attention to how you answer, okay?
All right.
Top five people, small business entrepreneurs, influencers that you worked with in the community that you would work with again.
Mm, okay, that's a good one. So I would put Shawn Lee House Photography up there.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, sure.
Very,
Yeah.
very good experience. Um, I would put Chef Locke over at Catering on Lock. I've worked with him a couple times, and he does an amazing job anytime we need to use his services. Uh, Kamia Kendall, Soda Pop Graphics. Um, she's amazing. Let's see who else.
Got two
Right
more.
with Handyman Gadget. He's actually someone that I lean on a lot to do things, and I would say Shay Johnson, my accountant. Gotta have.
Good job. Good job. I mean, I wasn't reaching or anything. I'm just, trying to ask questions here.
Very good question.
All right, let's jump right into it. What does philanthropy look like?
Um, so I think philanthropy has a very out front image that people think. So when you think of philanthropy, you think of people with a lot of money, who's giving money, who's putting poor kids through school, that kind of thing. But when I started work with Black Philanthropy KC, I wanted to make sure that we start having an understanding that philanthropy is not only of giving of your money. People have time, they have expertise, they have other valuable assets and resources that they can share with people besides just giving their money, which also means that I don't necessarily have to be rich or well-to-do to be philanthropic. I can just be someone who cares about people or care about the community or care about
Absolutely.
the community.
Okay, so tell us more about your business, your Black Philanthropy KC.
So a few years ago, I think it's probably been about 3 or 4 years ago now, I came across Black Philanthropy Month, which is a global initiative that brings awareness to Black philanthropy. And so it's kind of like one of those Black History Month things. We get 30 days, 31 days to make sure it's at the front of our mind, whatever,
Yeah.
which is great. But I thought that um, it would probably be a benefit to our community and to our culture to not forget about being philanthropic the other 11 months out of the year. So we went from doing Black Philanthropy Month initiatives to doing Black Philanthropy KC, which makes sure that we're doing activities all year long to make sure that Black philanthropy stays at the forefront of our mind.
Okay, so next question, because so I'm going to the next question, and I think that's super awesome. You mentioned that you can do other things besides money. So, what are some things that people can contribute to be philanthropic without giving money?
So I think it takes a little bit of creativity. Um, and I say just a little bit because a lot of the things that we can do are right in front of us. So volunteering is like the number one most effective way that you can be philanthropic. And I speak from a perspective of seeing a lot of people that I know personally doing great work in the community, and a lot of times they're um, on the front line, not only administering whatever it is that they're passionate about, but they're
Mhm.
also coming out of their pocket to, buy school supplies, to have food drives or different things. And so,
Yeah,
I noticed that one of the most important thing that they need is just people to support them. Show up to the activity, volunteer, which I can be there on site helping. I can be the person that picks up supplies and delivers it to the site.
yeah,
Um, so I think volunteering is the number one way, but then you have sharing of your knowledge and expertise. So a lot of nonprofit organizations or community organizations will have activities or programs where they need experts to sit on panels or to lead discussions,
yeah.
um, or even provide information in a number of capacities. So like those two things stand out to me off the top of my head of you can be philanthropic.
And those are 2 things that are easy to do. Like, I remember you had your event and, I donated time by helping with the headshots. So, it's just one of those things that I feel like people don't think about. Like, they don't think about, like, instead of giving money, dollars, what you could do is you could donate, your expertise, your time, anything that will help move the agenda forward for philanthropic work. So
100.
I'm glad that you said that because I think that is so awesome. So, why is it important for us to provide resources in the community like this?
Um, I think it's important because if we pay attention to the fact that in many ways we are sometimes behind or deficient in certain resources. So um, it doesn't seem that there's another group of people or a group of organizations that are going to come to try to level the playing field and say, "Oh, here's everything that you need."
Here,
Everything
let me help you. No,
right.
let me help you.
It's kind of like, in my opinion, more of limiting factors. Like there's more barriers that are put up as opposed to walls that are broken down. So I think it's important that we as a community come together in ways that are charitable and giving to help bring the resources that we need. Because if you look at the work that nonprofit organizations or the philanthropic community does, it really touches everybody. So you have
I
certain
agree 100%.
that
100%.
have initiatives for the youth. There's initiatives for women. There's initiatives for senior citizens. There's initiatives for people who are trying to re-enter the society from incarceration. There's initiatives for handicapped people. So that means that there's a lot of resources that have to come so that we can service everybody who has a need.
And so talk about the event that I helped with, because I thought that was so informative. um I forget what it was called, but it was about funding, getting funding, and it was just things that I didn't know that there were resources out there that help you and help nonprofits. But I thought that that was very informative, and I wouldn't have known about it had I not been connected to you, in the sense of, because I just wouldn't have known about it, I don't think. So you did a real good job of pushing that, and I enjoyed that event. But talk about that event just a little bit, because I feel like people should know what it is that Black Philanthropy KC is doing.
So, at the very basic level, Black Philanthropy KC, we strive to raise money to help other organizations and individuals raise money. So, if you have a cause that you're working with, and we know that in order to provide resources and things, it's going to take some type of capital or financial resource. So, there are uh, places that you can go to get funds. However, a lot of the grassroots organization, and so I'm gonna reference something that was said on the panel at the event, was saying that when you start making a lot of money as a nonprofit organization, it's easy to get money.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah.
we got a $250,000 budget. Now everybody want to give you money, but when you
Yeah.
got a $250 budget, you can't get nobody to give you nothing.
And that was so crazy, but that is so true though. I mean, that's true. And I'm not sure on why people don't want to give to people who don't have the money, but willing to give to the people that got millions and millions of dollars. And I'm just thinking big scale, like that
Yeah,
has all the money, but
yeah,
they
that's
give.
kind of hard to wrap your head around. And so I think like our work is trying to help these groups to raise money. So I'm not the person that you come to and say, hey, we need $5,000 for this event or for our scholarships or whatever. But hey, we're doing this activity or this is our main fundraiser. We can come and support. In certain cases, we can come and support financially, which would help cover like some of your expensive. Maybe it's marketing expenses. Maybe it's helping you to secure your venue that you need. Maybe it's we can bring volunteers. So whatever it is that we can do to support your effort to raise money is what we do. So when we raise money for our organization specifically, we are like, okay, where can we deploy this money and help another organization to raise money for what they're doing?
Gary, that's so awesome. That's just like awesome sauce. I just like that so much. I do. So we're gonna move on to the next question. What has been your experience with working with small business owners? I want the good, the bad, the ugly. And you don't say no names, don't say no businesses, don't say what area of business, just say it was a small business. Give me a good one. We'll go with good first experience.
So a good experience. So I think I'm not the big customer service person. You know, I'm like
You know I am. That's why I have this question.
you can give me like the bare minimum, and as long as we achieve the result, then I'm actually okay. But so I actually have had a positive experience, and this may go like to the individual, but a particular establishment that I like to frequent, I literally go in and I ask for the same person every time, just because the service is so great, and it's like it's one of those things where, man, I didn't have a good day today, but I'm gonna go here
Oh, That's
And
nice.
sometimes the experience may add to the bad day. Like, oh
Yeah.
man. But
That's
every
hard.
time, man, the service is on point. And that's like something that I look forward to, is going to that establishment.
Okay, now let's get to a bad, like something you like, you know what, man, I ain't gonna be able to do this again. I'm cool on
So,
this.
this is like as a small business owner, I know that we get overwhelmed sometimes, and so
A
like
little bit.
yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit out of it, and so we try to hold everything together, um,
Yes,
and sometimes things fall through the cracks, especially when it comes to like a service or providing something
absolutely.
on time, those different things. So probably about the time when I really started being more intentional about supporting our community, supporting our
Mhm.
businesses. I actually went to an event. I went to an event and it was about connecting, and the message was very strong to where it
Okay.
made me see like who's in the building that provides a service or a product that I use that I can patronize. So
Okay.
I
Yeah, yeah.
a young lady, she actually provided a service that I use, and so I was like, you know what, you in the room, I want to book an appointment with you so I can, so I can support you, so I can utilize your service. And she was like, well, I'm booked up for like, a month and a half, 2 months. And I said,
Really, Gary? Is that what we doing?
I turned it off. So
Clearly not.
um so I said, okay, um that's okay. I'm gonna patronize. So whenever you can get me in, I'll take that appointment. So like 2 months later, I'm ready for my appointment. And like
Like, so you booked it. Let me just clarify. So you booked it, is booked, you booked the appointment
yeah, I got my
for 2
confirmation.
months later.
Was
Okay.
ready.
Carry
Uh,
on. I have to make sure that I'm hearing you correctly. Carry on.
and so like when it comes, I didn't wait 2 months for my appointment, and the morning of my appointment, I get a cancellation. I'm like, yo,
The morning of.
yes. Like,
Okay. Was there an explanation?
no, it's just like, unfortunately, due to whatever, we're gonna have to cancel your appointment. Like,
So, is it safe to say you didn't rebook?
I didn't rebook. I was like, I was disgusted.
I bet you were. Well, if that's the bad, do you got an ugly? Because I said the good, the bad, and the ugly. You got some ugly, like worse than like. Do you have anything that you were like at home and you wrote a review? You were like, just I'm gonna let them all know that because if it's horrible, they getting a bad review. And I'm sorry.
So I'm not a big customer service person.
I know you're not.
However, I am a big convenience person.
Oh, okay.
That's why I do a lot of things I do, because it's convenient. It makes
Yeah.
my life easier. And so I went to a place and I'm like, all right, let me order my stuff or whatever. And so then it's time to pay. I'm like, all right, cool. Here's my card. Let me pay. Um, no, actually, I had cash. I said, I want to pay, and there's like, um, you have to have exact change.
To take
I'm,
my money?
I'm like, who carries exact change around,
Nobody.
right?
I don't even carry change. Like
Right.
the jingles. Like no one's carrying change.
Yeah, or even like sometimes you don't have something to get close enough to
Yeah.
be like, here you go.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so what am I supposed to do now? I said, well, I know this is not the only place where you can pay in this place. So is it possible that I can give you the money and you can go get the change? And well, you can go get the change. You can go get change and then come back. I'm like, so things like that, that's totally inconvenient. I'm here. You telling me that I can't give you my money?
That's interesting. That's so
Like,
interesting. And you know what's so crazy? Because you and I have had a conversation before, and you know I am customer service. I listen. I cannot take it. I don't know why you just be so lackadaisy about it, but you just be so lackadaisy about it. And I'm like, no, I gotta have my emails. I gotta have my confirmations. I gotta have all these things that I do because for me, it's an experience. It's not just me taking your photo, it's walking you through things and, you know, but I have had some nightmares of service and I about lost my stuff. One was recently, it was last week, weekend before last. I went to a barbecue spot. I will not say which barbecue spot, but I went to a barbecue spot.
That's pretty specific.
Well, I'm just letting it to be
But
known. It was a barbecue spot.
okay.
Went to a barbecue spot and we had people from out of town from work because I had to work Saturday. It was the Lift Her Up conference. I'll never forget it because they were in the exact same hotel that my leadership days was in. And seeing all those beautiful Black women, oh my gosh, I was in awe. You know, I went and shopped in the little area, the vendor area. I bought some t-shirts. You know, them women was dressed to the nine. Oh my goodness. It was beautiful. I hate that I missed it, but I was at work, but it just so happens in the same hotel. So anyway, people in my group, my diversity group, we go, just one other young lady. We go and we're sitting, eating, having a good time. I mean, we just having a good time talking. It's a couple with their kids at the bar. Like we're in the bar area. Okay. We're at a hot top, fireplace is behind us. We have a glass of wine. We're having a good time. This family over here, the husband and the wife were giving me like the look of death. And so I say to her, I was like, hey, they're upset with us or they're just looking angry. They were wanting us to get up. Okay. So I didn't know what their problem was. I was just like, this is uncomfortable because they're literally right there staring us down, like, get up or go away. So we saw another young lady from the the leadership days. We said, "Hey girl," she came over. Do you know a server that wasn't even our server comes and put this wood paddle that says reserve on our table that we still sitting at? I said, what is this? And she was like, well, that family over there wants this table. And so I thought you were inviting your friend over to, I thought somebody was trying to get this table before them. I said, first of all, no one's trying to do anything. I'm trying to have a good time. I said, I don't care they want this table. I said, you know what, matter of fact, I need you to bring me my bill because this is ridiculous. I said, we got to get looked at crazy because they want this table. If I wanted to have a third glass of wine or a fourth glass of wine, I got to look at folks staring at me like crazy because they want this table. And then my server comes over and I let him know. I said, I am not happy about this. Do you know what he said to me?
Are you ready to pay your bill?
He said, I can move you to another table. I said, absolutely not. You gonna move me from another table? I'm already right here.
Right. They need to be moving somewhere.
I said, get my check. I'm ready to go. I was so angry, but it was just like they wanted to appease this family so bad that they were willing to lose my business, have me upset. And it was a color thing. That's all I'm gonna say. But I was livid. I was so livid because I like eating there, but now it's like I'm cool on them.
I was just going to ask you if you're going back.
Nah, not to that one. I ain't never experienced nothing like that. And that's why I said I'm not to that one, but I will go somewhere else because I've always had a good experience. But that,
So I had a conversation with a doctor the other day, and she's a doctor of psychology, dealing with a lot of Black issues with like entrepreneurs, business owners, that
Mhm.
thing. And one of her areas of emphasis is Black trauma and
Yeah,
how it affects, different things that we do our day to day, really.
yeah,
And she was like that. Black people experience like up to five traumatic Black experiences or racial experiences a day.
I believe it.
Not like overtly like something very radical, but something. And so if you think about having to deal with five issues daily, how that can add up and
Yeah.
what kind of weight that can become on you.
Yeah, your mental headspace. And that's why I feel like I always want people to have a good experience with me. So I leave a, everybody's like, oh, she is awesome. But not just for the accolades, but just I don't want anybody to have a bad experience because I've had so many bad experiences.
Mhm.
But that one, I almost lost it. I did because I almost was like, I was so tired. First of all, I'm working on a Saturday all day. I'm stuck in a room, leadership days. We're having a long all day meeting. I'm exhausted. If I wasn't exhausted, it would have went a little bit differently. It would have went differently. I would have talked to the manager. I would have had a gift card for the next time I came back. My meal would have been comped because let me tell you something. That was rude.
Y'all gonna have to make that make sense for me.
We can move you to another table. You absolutely not. I'm already at one. I'm right here. I'm
Right.
sitting here.
Like, what's wrong with this table that I'm already at?
I couldn't believe that. So, so let me ask you this. What are some areas that can be improved on from the entrepreneur to small business owners? What are some things that you've seen that if people would just invest their time and a little bit of money in, that their business will give that wow factor versus, not?
Man, there's so much to unpack in that question.
Three things that a small business owner or entrepreneur, whomever, small business owner, entrepreneur, influencer, whoever, could do to help elevate their brand. Three three things that you
Okay.
feel are important.
So the first thing you're a shining example. I believe that um, we are not very versed in system creation. And so when you're trying to deliver your service or product, it should be a process, step by step
Yeah.
system that you follow each time. That way you can ensure that the experience is the same for everybody.
Yeah.
So just say like, let's say Gates, for instance,
Mhm.
they have a system, whether whatever you think about it,
Where they
it,
yell the heck at you as soon as you walk
right.
in the
But
door.
everybody's experience is the same.
Yeah.
And when
Okay.
somebody comes in and gets trained on that system, they know to yell when somebody walked through the door, and they know how to tell you to
Yeah.
get your tray. And so this,
Yeah.
you
The
know,
system.
however
Yeah.
you feel about it, their system is the same.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
And so, like when you don't have a system, I feel like the small business or owner or entrepreneur tries to be the system.
And that's hard. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, you cannot do everything. So it's like if the one thing, because I do a lot of work in hospitality, is like looking at small like bar lounge type owners. The
Mhm.
owner of the bar is serving drinks, doing the order, delivering the food,
Mhm.
taking the complaints,
Yeah,
you
doing all of it.
opening and closing. You know,
Yeah.
like, what you doing? And so what happens if you get sick or something
Then
happens?
it just shuts down. You can't have that. You don't
It's
make
just that.
money.
And so like creating systems and things allows us to plug in other people, so that if something happens that we didn't plan for, the business can keep going.
And that's important. That's so important. And I think that's why I get so make sure that I have my automated and not necessarily automated, but I have my templates made for this and that. So at a click of a button, the same email is going to generate the time of your session, the date. It's going to say thank you. It's going to let you know where we're going. And so all I have to do is just click a button and then send.
Yeah. So I mean, and I think like in the realm of like system creation, automation is the way that small businesses can start to um, be a little bit more efficient and a little bit more productive. So that means that you have to figure out what kind of software or what kind of resources are available. And sometimes it might cost a little money.
And you
So
have to invest in that. If you want it to run smooth and land the bigger client or the bigger brands, you got to invest in that. I mean, just think about what I always tell people this when people ask me about photography, you can have a camera that is not a $2,000 camera and take some amazing images. You just
mhm.
got to know how to set it and you just got to invest the time into learn it, and that's it.
But
But
also, like, with that being said, if you don't have the top notch equipment, then there's also other things that you can get that will enhance the productivity of your equipment. So
yeah.
go buy some lighting. Maybe you have to buy some more lenses, or
Or flash, external flash,
yeah.
other things that you can invest in to make it really, really, really do what it's gonna do. That's good. I knew you knew some stuff. You ready to see your pictures?
I am ready. I'm excited.
Oh goodness. I'm laughing. They don't know I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I got a great response and I'm happy about that. All
That's
right.
outside my wheelhouse.
I know, right? So ridiculous. All right. Here we go.
Oh.
So when I look at this picture, it's two things that's happening. Well, it's a couple of things that happening. It looks like you're focused. You could be selling that watch for sure. Or you could be selling, beard products because it just all goes together. It looks like an ad. It definitely looks like an ad. So you can put this anywhere, I think. I think. Let's see here. So you look like you're hopeless at love. And so you can always do something for non Valentine's Day and just be like, I'm looking for somebody that's not there. You know, you can always play with this and have fun. I thought this was a funny content photo. But you see that steam? That
Uh-huh.
tea was hot. That tea was so hot.
That's an advertisement for coffee. Or I was drinking tea though.
Tea, yeah. That's a good one. This is a good one. And so this one, I took the same image and of course I played with it in black and white. And as you can see, it gives you two different dynamic. I don't know how you would use it, but the black and white just makes it very classic and timeless. And then the other one, yeah, I mean, it looks good, but I'm just saying, same picture, two
The
different edits, and
thing
voila.
like that one kind of makes it um more casual to me. And,
Okay.
and the color one looks more like professional.
Oh, a professional person, not like it's a professional picture. Okay,
Correct.
because I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
say, now hold on, now wait a minute now. No, just joking. Just joking. Carry
Which
on.
is crazy how you can just have that difference in the same photo, only changing the color.
Here, you have a purple blazer. I just played with the color, and it's just three different looks, but they're saying three different things, in my opinion.
Hmm.
But it's nice.
You know,
But
I
again, this is
it because
content, huh?
for what I envision for my brand, um,
Mhm.
I think that that picture kind of says exactly, like, he looks like he knows what he's doing, but he also looks inviting or approachable. Maybe not inviting, but approachable. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, I
My
like it.
favorite of the 3, I like the one in the middle. The one in the middle, I don't know, it's just like, as soon as I look at it, I look straight into the eyes. The other ones, like the blue one, I'm looking at your hand, and I think that's just because it's lower, but that's the first thing that draws me into that one, and then the purple one, I feel like I'm looking at the jacket because of the purple, but the plain Jane one, if you will. That's the one that's just like, okay, I'm looking directly in his eyes. He's saying something. I don't know what it is yet, but he's saying something. So
Mhm.
I really like that one. And I got This one. Yay, me.
That definitely looks like a brochure.
It is so funny because I was like, I have to put this on the last one, like the last one, because I was like, he's smiling. True story, guys. Getting, um, in order to get Gary to smile, I have to say, was it don't smile?
Yeah, don't smile.
Don't smile. Then he smiled. If I say smile, he wasn't.
It's a
It's
no
the
go.
craziest
It's a no go.
thing. It makes absolutely no sense.
I
So
mean,
those
some
are your.
y'all with that for whatever reason. I don't know.
So tell me, how do you feel about the experience in the reveal? Like for you, like if you had to tell somebody, hey, this was blank blank, what would you say about the whole experience?
I'm going to try to use an analogy, and I hope it resonates. So
Okay.
we know that people like to go buy these expensive cars as like a sign of wealth or status or whatever.
Mhm.
And so people who know me know that I'm like, rich people don't drive. So I'm not about to buy no expensive car. So I feel like someone could go and get a certain service or something because they feel it gives them the uh, appearance of a certain status or lifestyle.
Mhm.
And the service and going through the process of the shoot and everything made me feel like I was somebody with money. Like this is how your photographer is supposed to do it. You get all the information in advance. You get looks as far as what your outfits need to look like or suggestions. You have all the pertinent information for the location. You have everything as far as like what you're supposed to bring. So if you follow the instructions, then once you get to the shoot, you feel like you're prepared. So like I don't know why you wouldn't have a good shoot because everything is already in place and you're ready to go.
And you know what's so crazy? You were so prepared. Like you had your props. We didn't use all of them. We didn't use all of them. They'll see pictures later of the other images, but you had your props. The outfit was great. I said wear layers because I said we might have to go outside or whatever. So you were prepared. You actually took my information and studied that Pinterest board, and we made it do what it do. And I was happy about that because I feel like sometimes as a photographer, we just hope for amazing clients. And sometimes we land them and sometimes we don't. And so that's why I put certain things in place so that if you stick to what I've sent you, then you should have a good time.
That was definitely my thought. Like, hey, she was very thorough in putting the preparation together. So I'm sure, as the expert, she's done this so that we can get the best out of the shoot. So that
Absolutely.
I follow it as best I can, and I know she'll take care of the rest. So
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, Gary, before we go to the next segment, you can stay or you can go, but I need you to provide your social media handles again for the people who need that information.
So you can find me on Instagram. That's where I'm probably easiest to find. And that handle is gfmitchell.mrkt. And by the time you watch this, hopefully the website is up, but that's gfmitchell.com. So you'll be able to log on to the website uh, and see some of the content that I have. Also, if you need a consultation or anything like that, then you better do that through the website as well.
Okay, and I'll make sure that I have this information posted in this video so you don't have to worry about that. Don't worry about that. So this segment is called Ask Shawn Lee. So people send me questions. Sometimes I find questions and we're just going to answer the question either we'll let you give your opinion and then I'll give mine or vice versa. But this question is related to business.
Okay.
What advice would you give a person wanting to start their own business?
Man, a lot of to unpack there. Um, so let me answer it with a personal experience. So I have
Okay.
a mine, and um, she was kind of in a at a crossroads in her career, being in the same field industry for about 15 years, and she was like, I think I need to do something different. And she found something that she liked to do. And then she had conversations with me about how when should I start my business? When should I quit my job and start my business? I'm like, there ain't no answer for that. It's like literally there is no perfect answer. So there's no perfect time to start your own business, to go into
Okay.
business for yourself. But you do have to just trust that trust that you've prepared yourself to take that next step and transition. So just think about, like, try to forecast out a little bit. If you're going to start your own business, are you quitting your job? Are you going to go part time, or are you going to, figure out what that looks like, and then, like, you literally have to rip the band-aid off. The best that I give is, I told myself that I was going to start my own business and quit my job. And when that time came, I didn't have everything in place and prepared like I wanted to. It took me another 12 months. And so at that time, I still didn't have everything in place. But I said, I'm not going to wait another 12 months again to start my
Yeah.
business. And I just did it.
So that's good. I would say it's kind of like what you said. I would say just have a plan. Have a plan and have the expectation that things could change. Your business could change. You could pivot. Like, for example, for me, I was taking pictures of everything. Like, oh yeah, I can do this. Oh yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can do this. And then it wasn't until last year, the beginning of this year, I decided that I just want to I wanted to declare my niche to be branding, headshots and branding. And I wanted to work with professionals, small businesses, um, entrepreneurs, influencers, bloggers, whomever who needs professional photos for their products, professional photos for their website. That's what my passion is for. I love seeing um, other entrepreneurs and business owners thrive. It just makes me, and when you have professional photography, it makes a huge difference. It's the difference between if I go to a website and I see a picture of something and it looks, you could have the best customer service, but if I'm not visually turned on by the product, I'm out. So I would say have your plan, invest in photography. It doesn't have to be do one big session, and in that big session, get your content, get your social media posts, get have different outfits, have a Christmas outfit, have a Happy New Year's outfit, have a Valentine's Day. Jam what you can get in one big session so you can have content throughout the year. You don't have to spend a lot of money every 5 minutes. Just invest in a big session and have those different, but you have to have a plan. That's for, if I would say, I would say, regardless of what business you start, you have to have a plan because the plan could change, but just have a blueprint of what that's going to look like for you. Because at the end of the day, if you ain't got no plan, you're going to be looking crazy.
Yeah.
And that's a fact. Yeah. So I would say, just have a plan.
Great
So,
advice.
Gary, thank you. So this is it. Well, that I feel like that was painless.
It was.
Super painless. I felt like you gave some good information. We had some good dialogue, and it's over.
I just thank you for the opportunity to embark on my media tour.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Now you have some shiny new images for your website. which is going to be pretty dope. I think so. And I'm interested to see how you use them. That's the biggest compliment that a person could give a photographer is using the images that they worked hard on and they took
Yeah.
of you. I don't
Right.
care if I see it on a LinkedIn profile picture. I'd be like, oh, I get so excited when I see my images floating around the internet and social media. I'm loving seeing people use it and they use it in their marketing or whatever. I'm just like, I took that.
Well, I'm definitely going to use them. I feel like that was kind of a missing piece to what I've been working on to, to enhance and to launch my brand. So I'm very appreciative of the work that you did.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, so that's all we got. We is done. I'm gonna say goodbye to you for now, Gary. I appreciate you so much for being on the show. And yeah, you can go back to doing whatever it is that you were doing.
Thank you. Peace and blessings.
Bye. Okay, guys, that is a wrap. So, philanthropy. If you take nothing away from this episode, take this. Give back to your community the best way that you know how. I am a photographer, so I donate my time and I give back to the community when I can, when I have time, and it makes me feel good. And so, if you or someone you know would be a perfect guest for Picture Perfect, please hit me up. Follow me on all social media, Shawn Lee House TV. Again, that's Shawn Lee House TV. You can visit the website www.shawnleehouse.com. And yes, go ahead and make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube's channel. Yes, I said the YouTube's channel. I'm trying to grow that too. So, and if you have a question, I forgot about that. If you have a question for Ask Shawn Lee, you can hit me up in the DMs or you can email me at info@shawnleehouse.com. Either way, you can find me. Shawn Lee House TV on everything. I look forward to seeing you guys, and I'm out.